child deserves to grow up in a safe, loving home. And during National Adoption Month, we celebrate the exceptional children in foster care and the families who welcome them into permanent, loving homes. And we're delighted to welcome Charles and James Giudice to talk about how adoption paves the way to new beginnings and brighter futures. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Now, this fall, you celebrated a huge milestone. Your family blossomed into a party of 5. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so October 1st, we finalized the adoption on our 3 boys. They're 3, 3, and 6 years old.
Now, when you married 8 years ago, you always knew you wanted kids. It was just the how that evolved. Can you tell us a little bit about that journey?
Yeah, so initially we went with a private adoption agency. They went bankrupt, which was difficult, but we found out that there was such a need for fostering, and to us, blood wasn't as important as a connection. So we pivoted and decided that we would foster. Our first placements were a sibling set, a little boy and girl who were 1.5 and 2.5. They were with us for a year before they reunified with their mom. She had worked her plan, got it together, and they went back to a safer, more stable home.
And right after that joyful reunification, you were called to help foster another set of siblings, this time twins.
So just a week later, we got called for our twins, Richard and Kevin. We found out that they have siblings. We later found out that Ryan needed a place to stay. And so a month later, we picked up Ryan, and that's how we ended up with 3 boys.
Now, I know that you hadn't originally planned on adopting 3 kids, but it was important for you that these siblings stick together.
The twins had been moved probably about 3 times, and Ryan had been moved 5 or 6 times. They had suffered so many different difficult situations and traumas. We wanted to give them stability, and we wanted them to be able to grow up together. To be able to have that support from one another.
And I've experienced a bit of the foster program, however briefly it was, but it does give you a different perspective. I grew up with my 3 sisters. And again, when we were just separated, it makes things a little more difficult. You're always concerned. You always have some kind of anxiety. And then like when you're together, like it feels home, it feels safe. And I think that's what we wanted for the boys.
My birth mom passed away in a car accident when I was 2. And then my dad died of cancer when I was 13. And through all of that, my sister was the constant presence. She just understood everything and all of the difficulties. She was there since day one. And I just wouldn't be the person I am today without her.
Now, you both proudly served in the U.S. Navy. Did that sense of duty and sacrifice from the military come into play on this journey?
Yes, definitely. It's just knowing that you want to do the right thing. This was a stepping stone for us in regards to helping with the community, also helping out with kids because we both love kids.
The children in foster care, they're in foster care because there's an immediate danger to them. And whether or not people step up, they have to be in foster care. There's no alternative. They try to place them with family first. And when there's no family, they need somewhere to place them. It's never going to be easy. There's never going to be a perfect time where the universe just aligns and you're like, oh man, I could really use 2 kids, 3 kids, and that really make my life so much easier. It's always going to be adding more onto your plate. But at the end of the day, these children are all of our children. They need all of our support. It takes a village. We have to step up. We have to be some of the people who care enough to actually do something. As a foster parent, they need safety and stability, and they need you to help them keep their connections while their family is working their plans. They're developing as humans. They're developing their inner voice, how they talk to themselves, their sense of self, their self-esteem. Even if they don't stay with you forever, that's where the selflessness of fostering comes in. It's knowing it's going to be hard. If they reunify, it's going to be difficult. And you're going to have to mourn that, but you do it anyways, not because it's something that is going to feel good when they're reunifying, but because that's what the child needs.
And I know it can't be easy parenting 3 kids all under the age of 6, but how has this experience enhanced your lives?
Being a parent, I see James completely different. I see him, you fall in love with each other in just a different way.
It's been a great experience. They will help you develop as not just a parent, but like as a person.
At the end of the day, every single child that we fostered, even the ones who reunify, they are always, you carry that with you. You know that that could be the best year of their life. That could be the year that makes a difference, that helps them grow up and become the great, wonderful person that every parent hopes that every child they have is going to be.
To learn more about becoming a foster or adoptive resource parent, call 1-877-792-KIDS or log on to sdcaresforkids.com. Charles and James, we thank you so much for your service, your generous hearts, and for showing the world that love is what defines a family.
Thank you for having us.
And we thank you for joining us on San Diego Living. We'll see you next time.